Hello again. It's October the 7th, 2017, and beautiful fall day here. At least I think it's fall. My temperature on the dash says about 21 degrees Celsius. It's a little bit, I guess, unusual for this time of the year. I'm still in shorts and a t-shirt. I love it. Yeah, I'm not a big winter fan, so this is pretty cool. But, you know, it's whether you're on the side of the debate that human activities are causing climate change, which you should be, or you're not, and I think it's an undeniable reality that the climate is changing, you know, and climate change is characterized by a whole bunch of different things that can happen. Extreme weather events, for example. We have another hurricane coming up the Gulf Coast. How many have hit? 6 named hurricanes, named storms this year? Unprecedented. We have summer in October. We have summer in September. We had 34 degrees here in Ottawa in the first few weeks of September. Never seen this. You know, I grew up as a kid in elementary school in the late 60s through the 70s, and I remember some hot days in schools, and we didn't have fans, we didn't have air conditioning, we didn't have anything. It didn't seem to be that hot. I don't remember having teachers passing out like they had at a school just down the street from where I live from the heat, or kids having to be taken to the hospital. It didn't happen, you know, and it's because it is hotter than it used to be sustainably, and then the seasons seem to be shifting. This is all due to climate change. This is climate change personifying. You know, it's also scary because we're not adapting to this. I shouldn't say we as a human race. I suppose we are, perhaps physically in some ways or so on, and our animals and our crops perhaps are adapting, but our infrastructure sure isn't. You know, it's a lot of the buildings, public buildings, schools, hospitals, old folks' homes, and so on, they're all built at a time where you had your hot seasons in July and August, and it was hot, but and you had hot spells, but yeah, you managed, right? But now you have kids going back to school, for example, to focus on schools for a second, in the fall, when really we're into summer still, where we are having these mid 30 degrees Celsius days. That most schools that were built, you know, after air conditioning became a thing that they would install, you know, by default. These don't have adequate ventilation, and kids are hot, and there are going to be mold problems. There are going to be a lot of problems because of this. We don't have the resources right now to do retrofitting and add air conditioning to a lot of these schools. No government in Canada, at least that has that kind of capital that they can spend right now. But I think we have to start thinking about it, and we have to, as a society, as a province, as a country, start planning our way on how to make sure that our infrastructure is going to be able to measure up to the changes that the future is going to bring over the next 10, 20, 50 years. We have to start now. We have to start planning it. We can start with little things to begin with, such as bulk buying fans, for example, for classrooms. But that's just a temporary solution. We're going to have to adapt our infrastructure and our buildings and our institutions to deal with this. We're going to have to deal with it through our urban planning and you know, really, you know, not allow people to build on floodplains anymore. We saw the massive floods here in Ottawa, Gatineau last spring, that, you know, you had these 100 or 500 year flood events that we may never see again, but we're seeing it now, and we are going to be seeing more of these types of things, and I don't think we're ready for it. So yeah, bottom line is we're screwed unless, or more precisely, our kids and our grandkids are screwed if we don't start planning for these changes that are going to come about inevitably, and we have to start planning soon. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Bye-bye.